Paul, that final minute and a half, what about the trio of Brossoit, Pionk, and Forbort with the saves from Brossoit and the block shots from the two defensemen?
Great round of block shots tonight. So it's kind of fitting that I thought it ended in a way that some of those guys get appreciated for the work that they did. LB was really good tonight. You know, I thought it was such an important game for him, and that, you know, the Edmonton game didn't end fairly in some ways to him because he made some good saves in that game, and just got to carry it around with him for a couple of days. But he was good. Like, LB wasn't lucky tonight; he was just darn good. And when we needed it, we got lots of good blocks by a penalty killing unit, but our regular 5-on-5 as well.
We'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Paul, just going back to Brossoit, just when you look at his night, I mean, pretty quiet the first two periods and has to come up big in that third period. Just, you know, when you have to wait that long for it in the action, you get that period.
Yeah.
What does that tell you?
You know what, Jeff? Like, I think there was more work there. There wasn't a lot, agreed, but he had some saves that he had to work hard at, and some deflections in tight and some bouncing pucks. So he looked like he was right on right from the get-go, even though he was, you know, I think they weren't sitting on a lot of shots that actually he got credited for, but he made some really good saves. But I think he's going to have, you know, I don't know, the thing I'm most excited about, Jeff, is how he was able to get himself so sharp after a tough loss, right? So he's in the backup role with the Vezina Trophy winner, and which means, you know, you're not, you know, your competition is different, right? You're there to support Helly, and the two of them have a spectacular relationship, and then he has a tough night that's almost personal for him. He was great tonight, right from the start, straight through the game. The difference in the game for us. You know, we worked hard, but our goaltender gave us a chance to win for sure.
We'll go next to Ken Wiebe from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weaver.
Well, what's your biggest takeaway from this 10-game block?
We got pieces of our game that are really good, that look differently than they have in the past. I'm starting to very much like our offensive game, and I don't think I would have said that to you over the last 2 years. Also really liked what's going on our bench last night, even, you know, when they take the lead. The leadership on our bench, the shift length is right now, and it has been, you know, since we kind of got into Ottawa. They're playing for each other. So I like that. I like where the team is going. I like where the culture of the team is going.
We'll go next to Scott Bellick from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Paul, kind of a bit of a two-parter here, but the only defensive pairing you didn't switch up tonight was the Forbort Pionk pairing, and so what did you like about the changes that you made? And then the second part of that is, what have you liked about that Forbort Pionk pairing? They seem to just be, you know, pretty steady across the board through the first game.
Right. So we like a bunch of things. You got a big man and a puck mover, right? Both compete real hard. If you look at, and I don't think this is necessarily part of your analytics, but if you look at kill plays, like plays where that one team has possession and the play gets stopped and you get possession back, and you measure that, Forbort and Pionk have got really good numbers in that area. They can do a little bit of both. I mean, it was a heck of a shot for Forbort. But they can do both, right? They can defend. They both compete really well. So they've got a chemistry. We changed the other two pairings, and we like the result of that in the game. But they look like they've got something that they're building on.
We'll go next to Brian Munz from TSN 1290. Go ahead, Munzie.
Coach, you can maybe call them a couple of unlikely heroes with Lewis and Forbort getting the game's first two goals, but how big were those to be able to give your club the early advantage like you did from both of those guys? Yeah,
you know, be able to take the lead and keep the lead. The Trevor Lewis has been a really, really good signing by Kevin. He's had an impact, right? He's an elite penalty killer. So shorthanded goals are always really good because they're tough on the other team and they're great for your team. And then to do it right away. So go back to Jeff's question, you know, what do you like about it? Forward's also kind of in that fabric of the room where he's a really good guy, really good team guy. So those goals mean more, right? So you got Lewis and Forbort, they play hard minutes. The shot blockers, the penalty killers. Everybody wants to score goals, you know. So when those two guys do it, it gives you a real good boost.
We'll go next to Murat Atesh from The Athletic. Go ahead, Murat.
Hi, Paul. Another sort of 3-on-2 that Blake Wheeler tried to turn into a 3-on-3. It didn't quite work for that Kachuk goal, pardon me. After that, though, it looks like he came on and had a much stronger finish to his game. And I'm wondering what your assessment of his play so far is on the defensive side of the puck.
Yeah. So I got a different read on that. He's trying to pick. It's a 4-on. That I don't have as a 3-on-2. I've got that as a 4-on-3 kind of. And Blake's picking where he thinks the puck's going to go. So somebody else missed coverage on that, and because of that, he got jammed into the middle. So I'm going to really answer that question in depth probably in 2 or 3 weeks. But his leadership and his production with moving around has been exemplary as always with this man. He's been fantastic.
We'll go back to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Paul, just on Derek Forbort again, you know, guy logs 22 minutes. He scores a goal. He saves a goal at the end. He's about as sure as you got as a guy for clearing when it comes to the penalty kill. And then he comes out here and it's just like any other day. You know, in this league, when with so many players and talent and stuff, how great is it to have a guy who is unassuming in your locker room like that?
Right. Those are the fun guys, right? That had to work really, really hard to get into the league, really hard to stay in it, but have figured out the most important thing, and that's to truly enjoy it, being around the guys, being one of the guys, telling stories, telling jokes. He doesn't have a brand, right? He's not selling anything. He's just a hockey player. So, you look at that blue line and we got a bunch of those guys, but Bo's the same way, Nathan Beaulieu, just those guys in your room get such amount of respect from everybody, right? They're so appreciated. I'm happy for him. He's found a place and you know what, a great mentor for Logan Stanley, right? Another big man, gets to sit and watch him play, watch how he handles it, watch the confidence that he plays with his stick and with his gapping. Again, Kevin picked up a real good one for us there.
Just a couple more. We'll go to Tim Campbell from NHL.com. Go ahead, Tim.
Paul, in the bigger picture, when you've been behind in so many games, what are you going to get out of getting in front tonight and staying in front?
We've had a couple of them. I really liked our game. Like the third period, obviously the shots will tell you that they were dominant. I don't think it looked like our third period at all. Like up until they scored the goal, I loved where we were in the third period. I thought we were strong. And then obviously at 3-2, they get the momentum. But even with that, it doesn't get squirrely till the end. 6-on-5 as it should. We scored a goal, 6-on-5. So that's the danger zone that you're in at that point in time. We'd like to get to the point to play with the lead, but I like what we've been through in the first 10 games. You know, we got 3 pretty important people out of our lineup right now, and we've survived. You know, there's lots of real good things happening here.
And final question to Scott Bellick from The Sun. Go ahead, Scott.
Hi, thanks again, Paul. A little curious, I guess, on the Wheeler quote. Is he dealing with something? Are you willing to even say if he is?
Yeah, he's dealing with you guys. That's got to be enough, isn't it? So right now, Scott Brown's smiling behind his mask back there. I can't tell, but I'm pretty darn sure he's smiling with that answer. No, he's been great. Moved him around. What's he got? 11 points. Real good. He's been really, really good.